Hello, everybody. Welcome to an unexpected impromptu live with independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Teresa Harper. I'm located in Oregon in the United States. Thanks so much for joining me. I thought we would get on here and I would show you some new product that is coming out beginning September 1st. So let's go ahead and give everybody a minute or two to find us since nobody knew I was going live. And then we'll get started. Let's see if we can find the video. It's going to be, Facebook is going to be a little frustrated. Oh, there it is. Got it. Got it. All right. Okay, so go ahead and say hello when you get on, and we will get started. So I've got actually quite a bit of product. There is a lot coming out in September. But first, let's start with, we're at the very last few days of the Designer Series paper sale. 15% off select Designer Series papers and cardstock. It's not all the cardstock. It's not all the Designer Series paper. There's some two-tone cardstock colors. So go ahead and take a look at that in my online store at teresaharper.stampinup.net. Okay, so that will go through August 31st. Then we have the Glow of Harvest product of the month for the month of August. September's product has been announced. Right now, though, until September 1st, the Glow of Harvest 12 by 12 Specialty Designers Series paper is the paper that is the product of the month. And that is a thick specialty paper. And it's one-sided because it's very, very thick and pearlized. And you get 3 sheets of 4 different designs. Okay, so there they are. And then for September's product of the month, it is again a specialty paper. And these product of the months are $5 with a $75 purchase here in the United States. And that is after you use any coupons or rewards, but before tax and shipping. Okay, so this is gold foil. It's called the Luxe Foliage 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. And we don't get to pre-order the product of the month, so I have no idea if it's 12 double-sided sheets or if it's single-sided. I just don't know. So we have that. That'll be for September, beginning September 1st. And then also available beginning September 1st will be the 12 Days of Creativity Advent Calendar. The thing with this Advent calendar is, even though it looks like it's holiday-ish, the products that are within it are all meant to be used year-around. Okay? So that will be available beginning September 1st. Now, let's go ahead and jump in and start on our products. And I'm going to start with the online exclusives that I picked up. So first of all, I got the Gold Secret Sea satin ribbon. This is a 1/4 inch. It's a very beautiful ribbon. Secret Sea gold, and it almost looks like there's a cloud cover in the center there. Ties beautifully, so it'll make some really nice bows on your projects. See if I can Oh my goodness. Look, I tell you, it ties beautifully, and then I make a mess. This is why I use my bow tire, because I have a hard time getting through that little loop with my finger. Anyway, that is a nice, easy bow. And this is from the Alpine Winter Suite. I did not get that suite. I picked up the ribbon, and I also picked up these iridescent adhesive backed snowflakes from that suite. So you've got Secret Sea in 2 sizes, and then you've got these clear iridescent in 2 sizes. And there are 200 pieces included on that packaging. Okay, so that's online exclusives for September. And then I couldn't resist. I had to get the Merry Mischief bundle. I love the little gnomes. And who doesn't love cookies? Oh my goodness. Too cute. So I picked it up, and it's got these mushroom house. Here's the die set. So you get 20 dies. And I've put the mushroom house together here. And this is actually supposed to be the mushroom spots, but I used it for stones. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's the front doorstep. So we've got that. That's a good look at the Merry Mischief there. All of the stamped pieces cut out. And then you've got 5 sentiments to go along, as well as this little strip of dots. Okay, and I'm thinking you can use those to put somewhere. I'm not sure, just a little background or what have you there. So that's the Merry Mischief bundle, and that bundle is 168292. So if you really like that, go ahead and put that on your wish list. Okay, before I forget, there are some papers that I have that are standalone papers. So I picked up the Autumn Woodland Glimmer Specialty paper. Now, I have no idea on this, whether it's online exclusive or in the catalog. I can't even tell you. This actually just arrived yesterday. It was not on my first order. So it comes in Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, and Old Olive, and you get 2 sheets of each of those. Okay, again, that is the Autumn Woodland 12 by 12 specialty. Okay, I'll put that back in its packaging later. Then I've got from the online exclusives, these I actually labeled. That one came yesterday and I didn't label it, and that's why I don't know what it's from. This is called Autumn Opulence, and this is part of the September online exclusives. And here you get 6 each of 2 double-sided designs. And yes, I've already cut into this paper. Most of this I have not. Stampin' Up! Has been releasing products so fast that I'm still using what came out in May and July. And then this one this is a specialty paper, so it has 2 sheets of die cuts, and those 2 sheets are both different, which is quite nice, because in the past it seems like our die cuts have been the same. You'll get 2 sheets of the same, but this one you get 2 sheets, but each one is different. Okay, then we have the Yuletide Carols Designer Series paper. And this one you get 3 sheets of 4 double-sided designs. So we've got this. Got a small space to work in here. And this. Okay. Interesting. What do I do with the rest of it? Oh well, doesn't matter. We got it. Yep. Oh, I split this. I split this pack with my friend. That's what I did. I split this pack with my friend Tracy. That's why I only have 2 sheets of each, because there were 4 sheets each of the 3 designs. So we split a pack of paper. So you, when you order yours, will get 12. This is the metal effects paper. And you get copper, gold, and silver. And you get 2 sheets of each. And these are double-sided. Now these are all in the catalog. This is the Hearth and Home. This actually is designed to go with a bundle. It's not a suite, but it is designed to go with a bundle. And again, this is one of those where you get several sheets of the same. So we've got 4 sheets of 3 designs. So this is the front and this is the back, and these are 3 by 3 squares. So you get lots of patterns that you can use here, and there are coordinating arch dies to go with these. Okay, and then we've got, I don't know why I didn't pull them all out. Okay, so this is the front of this one and the back. So even if you don't like how busy the front is, or you can't use up all those little squares, you still have this nice barely blush gingham on the back. Okay. And then you've got 4 sheets that have 4 by 4 inch squares. And then the reverse design is a, I'm going to say gray granite diagonal. And these patterns are versatile for year around. So that's called Hearth and Home. And there is a bundle that goes along with that. And I believe it's called Hearth and Home as well in the catalog. And then this is Stampin' Up's Give Back paper. And again, I split this paper with my friend. So this is called Whispering Woods. $3 of every pack of this paper that's sold through December 31st goes to nonprofit charities for children. So you've got these patterns here. Then you've got this woodland character pattern. Beautiful. And the reverse side of that is this foliage. Very versatile. And then you've got some watercolored trees, and the reverse of that is a watercolored stripe. Okay, so this again is our Give Back paper. The colors in that are Azure Afternoon, Blueberry Bushel, Garden Green, Night of Navy, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, and Shaded Spruce. Okay, so this is the Give Back paper. Now let's move on to, that was all in the new catalog, and so let's move to new catalog product. And I'm going to tell you, I got a lot. This catalog was so good. well, I should say it is so good. So Playful Patterns, this is a standalone stamp set. These are what the patterns look like, and these are the actual size. So you get 3 photopolymer stamps in this one. And this one is designed so that you can stamp it one direction, turn it 180 degrees, stamp it again, and make yourself a really nice full pattern. Okay, then we have Advent Labels, and this is a bundle that comes with an Advent label punch. So you get the punch, and this is the size that you get. Okay, and then it also punches, it also has a punch so that you can put this back in and make a tag out of your label there. Okay, there are some Advent label boxes. I'm not 100% sure where I have mine at the moment. I've put them in the back of a bag, I think. Anyway, this Advent Labels bundle, there are some Advent boxes that you can put together. It's a pack of 24. They're craft, and these are designed to fit those boxes so that you can make an Advent calendar if you so wish. And there will also be a class associated with this bundle. Okay, now, as if that wasn't enough, Stampin' Up! Decided that they should make it a little more versatile, and we have Design a Tag, which also goes with this Advent Labels punch. And so this covers Halloween, Thanksgiving, has some Christmas, has some fireworks for New Year's. The sentiments are wishing you a spooky Halloween, sending thankful thoughts your way, which you could use all year long. Then you've got You Are Magic, packed with love from the North Pole, which of course you could just mask that off and have it packed with love. Cheers to a joyful new year, blessings to you and yours this season. And then there's a to and from. You've got a bat, some holly, some stars, some candy canes, and then some leaves. So this is a very versatile set, especially when you put these, the Advent Labels and the Design a Tag together. You have a really nice set. Okay, so we've got that. I'll put these down here and hope that I don't kick them. Okay, then there is a suite. Not sure what it's called exactly, but in that suite there is a bundle called Tile Gardens, and I only bought the dies for this. So you get 12 dies. These dies are meant, they have the same patterns as the Spotlight on Nature circle dies, so you can mix and match those. And this is my die chart for that. So you get, like I said, 12 dies. There's 3 of each pattern in 3 sizes. 4. You must have, there must be 4. There's 4. 1, 2, 3. It's gotta be 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Anyway. Yeah, because this one has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. All right, so we've got that. Now, also included in that suite is the Glossy Garden Dots. We've had glossy dots before. These are the same concept. They have that nice sparkle in them. And this is Crisp Cantaloupe, Hydrangea Hue, and Old Olive. Okay. So next we have Frosted Pine Cones. This is a bundle. And this bundle has stamps, dies, and the decorative masks, also known as stencils. And these stencils, you get 5 of them so that you can easily color your stamped image if you don't wish to color it with another color medium. Blending brushes and your stencils work perfectly. There is a 5th stencil, which I did use the 5th stencil, but I used Wink of Stella, so you probably can't see that. It's actually meant so that you can make this look like there's snow on some of the branches and the pine cone. Okay, so with that one you get 7 stamps and 8 dies. You only get 1 label die, but they do have sentiments included that will work in both directions, and I wanted to show that. So that's what we have there. And these are very detailed. When you can use them alone or together to get this effect. So that's Frosted Pine Cones. I'll put that over there. And then we have Scalloped Christmas Cheer is a bundle. The stamp set that comes with this is a holiday sentiment stamp set that I wasn't really interested in, so I picked up the dies. This is actually a whole suite. I picked up the dies and I picked up the Christmas berries. This is the part of the Timeless Christmas suite. But this is, I didn't get the paper, and this is all I got out of that suite. But I love these berries, and I think they're going to sell quickly. So the 3 berries you can pick up all at once, and then you have to pick up the leaves separately. Okay? And the colors in those are Peaceful Pine and Poppy Parade. Okay, next we have a standalone stamp set. Hello, Jennifer. We have a standalone stamp set called Soiree Salutations. This stamp set is designed to go with the 3 banner punch that we currently have, and the Banner Sayings bundle, which is Banner Sayings stamp set and the 3 banner punch. And then you can add to that with the Soiree Salutations. And this has Cheers to a New Year, Merry Christmas, Grateful for You. There's a Happy Valentine's Day. You've got Trick or Treat, Holiday Wishes. So you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and then a simple thanks and love you, hugs and kisses. So this is a very versatile stamp set and really makes that 3 banner punch go even farther. Okay, so let's put that over here. Okay, so we're going to start into the suites of the things that I really have from suites. So this is Noel Tidings, and really from this suite, I got the embellishments, which are the gold dots, and these are all the same size, and you get 150 of them, and the name of the suite that comes from is Neutral Noel. So I've got the stamp set, Noel Tidings, and the dies. And there's these dies actually come on 2 sheets. And then this is the die chart that goes with that. This is designed to go either on the back of this or the front of this so that you can layer and create a scene between these two. And then you get some banner pieces for sentiments along with that. So I had to have this for the wreath, the oval wreath. That's something entirely different, and I love wreaths and the foliage, so there we go. Okay, so that is the neutral Noel suite. Then we have, hang on, I'm grabbing it. I didn't go anywhere. I just only have so much room. Oh. So next we have Elegant Leaves. This is actually not a suite. It just got stuck in there I was trying to organize this, and it didn't work out very good in some places. So we've got Elegant Leaves. This is a 2-step stamp set. So you would do your lighter color and then put your darker color over the top. And then you've got some really nice sentiments to go along with that. Happy today, happy tomorrow, happy always. Thank you, sending caring thoughts, gather, or grateful for you, and a simple hello to make that go all year long. And then in addition to that, you get the dies. Okay, and this little piece doesn't cut out. You make your strip of paper and then it just cuts the pattern into the paper, and however big you make your pattern, you can make this go clear across your card depending on how you cut your cardstock. And then with these are the stamped images, and I did not stamp the detailed on top because I was just trying to show how the stamp coordinates with the die. And then you get these 2 pieces to make intricate dies. So of course you can use these alone or put them together to make these, and you get the 4 different leaves to do that with. Okay, so that's the Elegant Leaf bundle. Then we have the Sunflower Fields bundle or suite. This is a bigger suite. This has 2 sets of Designer Series paper. So first we have Sunflower Fields, and this is a standard 2 sheets of 6 double-sided designs. So you've got that, and this one, and then we've got this one, and we've got 2 more patterns, I guess. So we've got, let me get these back in. So you've got this set here. This is the front, this is the back, and finally you've got this. And there are no patterns in this paper that coordinate with the dies. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. But then you have the Radiant Foil Specialty Paper. And this particular sheet, these are single-sided. They're very heavy and thick and glossy. This particular pattern here does have direct die coordination. So you can cut all of these sunflowers out with a die from the bundle. Okay, so this is the pattern number 2 and pattern number 3. Okay, these are all done in copper. All right. Slip that back in there. Then we have the Radiant Sunflowers stamp and die bundle. So we've got, this is the stamp, the images stamped. As you can tell here, these images are bigger than what's on the front of the packaging here. And then you've got the coordinating dies. So these are the stamped images that die cut. And then you get these pieces that you can use to create flowers. And you get a couple of vases. And then you get this rounded rectangle die for sentiments. Okay? Also in that suite is the Radiant Gems. And then where can I put my Mossy Meadow gingham ribbon? This is a 1/4 inch. Nice and soft. So it ties a nice bow. I gave myself way too much this time, but there we go. Very nice bow. Okay, and this is called the Mossy Meadow and Vanilla gingham ribbon. And then we've got the Radiant Gems. These are really no thicker than a dimensional. They do have a little bit of height on them, but still within your dimensional height, so it shouldn't cost extra postage to mail. And these are Golden Glow, Old Olive, and Secret Sea. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and put these over here and go with our next suite. There are 6 suites in this catalog. I got 3 of those. So now we have, this is called A Little Christmas. And within that is the Christmas Mice Bundle. These, again, the stamps are actually bigger than the images on the front of the packaging. So this is the true size. I've stamped that out. Okay, so you've got your mice and you can dress them up. Now these little mice, when you cut them with the dies, the die cuts the hands so that the hands can hold items. Okay, so that is a nice little added feature here. And here is my die chart for that. And I don't know if you can tell it here. I probably glued it to, yeah, I glued it down tight, but there are some cut lines at the bottom and the top so that you can slip something under that arm. And then there again here on the top and around so that you can slip into those arms. You can kind of see that with this little mouse. Right here I didn't glue that down. So those will lift up and then you can have them holding items. Okay? And there are 19 dies in the Christmas Mice die set, and you get 18 photopolymer stamps. Okay, also in that suite, the embellishment is Christmas epoxy shapes. And you get these adorable stars, candy canes, ornaments, and presents. And those are in Golden Glow, Gray Granite, Peaceful Pine, Pool Party Real Red, and White. And then we have A Little Christmas paper that coordinates beautifully with that packaging, or with that suite. So you've got this adorable pattern We've got mice trimming the tree and hanging the stockings and doing all those really nice decorative things. And then you've got the gingham on the opposite side, the red and white and green gingham. Here we've got musical mice caroling. And on the back of that is this cherry cobbler and real red and gray granite stripe. And then you get 2 sheets of the cut apart, so you can just stick your mice into these scenes, or this is the reverse side of that pattern in case you don't want to do that. You can always use those. This one is bows, and then on the back side of that is that same gingham, but this time done in a different colorway, and a little bit of balmy blue has been added. Okay, then for this one, I don't know how I managed that, but I did. You've got a bunch of cute little mice in Christmas socks. And then that same pattern that we had before in a different colorway. And the last one is some kitchen mice, some baking, some holiday baking going on there. And then we've got candy canes, bows, and pines on the back side of that. Okay. So that suite is called A Little Christmas. Hello, Laura. Thanks for joining me. Let's set this to the side. And we'll get the last suite that I have. And then we'll move on to hot foil, because the release on Tuesday, that's this coming Tuesday, September 1st, is huge. So for this one, we have the painted patch suite. So we've got the painted pumpkins stamp set. These are, again, smaller on the packaging than they are in real life. And you get 9 stamps, and then with the coordinating dies there are 15. And here is the die sheet the die chart that goes with that. So for this one, these pumpkins cut out in 3s. So you've got one stamp that stamps 3, and then one die that cuts those 3, and one stamp that stamps 3, and then it also cuts 3 at the same time. So that'll save you some time. And then we've got some leaves here, and then here, this is a separate die just with the vine, and then the one die cuts out these 3 individual leaves. Here we've got a gate. So if you take this die plus this die, and then you need 2 of this die. This is one die, cuts 3 pieces all at the same time. You need 2 of those to make this little fence that will open up. Okay, so of course you can use this as a standalone, this is a standalone, or you can make this adorable little gate that opens. Okay, and in addition to that, then you get these pieces. You cut one of those in a pumpkin and put that together, one and a pumpkin and put that together, and so on and so forth to get those 4 pumpkins. Okay, and I think actually these are, if I remember correctly, those little pieces are not individual. There's 2 at a time. Yes. Oh no, they all 4 cut at once. Okay, so you get one die that cuts all 4 of the pumpkin tops all at once. And then you get this die that cuts the small and the medium pumpkin at the same time. And then these 2 pumpkins cut individually. But as you can see, there's a 3 that cuts the stamp all at once, and the same with this die. Okay, so we've got that. Now, in this set, we have left the paper. There's ribbon and embellishments. So for the embellishments, they're called the Painted Patch Dots. And you get Cajun Craze, Golden Glow, Calypso Coral, and Pool Party. And each of those in 2 sizes. Okay, and these are just a real flat little dot. Not a lot of gloss. They're a matte finish. And then the... oh, I forgot to show you the ribbon that goes with the A Little Christmas Suite. So this is the ribbon for the Painted Patch Suite. You get Calypso Coral with a copper edge on both sides of this. It is textured. And it's 3/8 of an inch, I believe. And it does tie a bow. The bow will be a little bit thick, I think. It's not real thick because the ribbon lays quite flat. No thicker than a dimensional when you do your bow. All right, so we've got that. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and show you this is the multicolor Christmas Baker's Twine. This is part of that A Little Christmas Suite, which has the Christmas mice. And this is in Cherry Cobbler, Peaceful Pine, and White. It's kind of a thicker Baker's Twine, but you can also separate this into the 3 colors, or you can tie it up like that. Makes a nice little bow. Excuse me. So the Painted Patch paper does have die coordination. It's not this sheet. This is one of the sheets. You get 6 double-sided designs here. Oh, I forgot. This also has an embossing folder. I forgot to pull those for some reason. Let me grab that real quick. We've got 2. Actually, I think we've got it. No, that's online exclusive. That is from before. Hang on here. Just a second. See if I can find that. Why is it not right here? Oh my. Okay, well, it's checked. And now I can't find it. Oh, rustic checked. It's right here. Here we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I forgot to pull the embossing folders. So you get this in the suite when you purchase the entire suite. You get the rustic checked embossing folder as well, and it mimics this particular paper. Okay, but it does have texture to it on these little raised pieces. That's also part of that paper, that Painted Pumpkin Suite. And so you've got this pattern. This is the same pattern, just in a different colorway. And then the back side of that is a Cajun Craze check. And then again, you have this same pattern in another colorway. And the back side of that is this pattern. And then this particular sheet is the one that you can die cut with your dies. And you would die cut the 3 all at the same time. Okay. And then the back side of that one is a Secrecy and Pool Party pattern. And then we have this leaf pattern that is very, it's a silhouetted leaf pattern. And on the back of that is that same check we saw earlier, but this time in Pool Party. And then this is the same pattern as the Golden Glow silhouette, but this time it's done in Cherry Cobbler and Cajun Craze, I believe, and has details in it. And then the back side of that is this pumpkin design. Okay, so that is the Painted Patch Designer Series paper. All of our suites are named after the Designer Series paper that is associated with them. Okay, so let's put the Painted Patch away. I think I got all of that stuff. This is a standalone embossing folder. It's called Softly Woven. And it has quite a bit of texture. And when you do it up in the embossing folder, it actually looks like a piece of cloth. Okay, so that's a really nice embossing folder. And that, now then we're going to go, this is the last thing before we move on to hot foiling. And this is the Neutral Jute Combo Pack. We've had jute in the past, and the jute that we had in the past was quite a bit thicker than this jute. So I wanted to get it and see. I had seen another demo use it, and I thought, wow, that doesn't look like it's all that thick. In fact, this jute is no thicker than the, it's actually, I think, thinner than the Baker's Twine here, if you went to compare the sizes. Okay, so it's not super thick, and of course you can separate those fibers to make it even thinner or to give it a little more texture and use them all together. All right, so we've got that, and this is a 5-pack. Comes in Basic Beige, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, and you get 5 yards on each spool. Okay, that is all the stuff that I have from the September to December catalog, unless I missed something, which I could have, but I'm pretty confident after I got those embossing folders, I did not. So, as if online exclusives and the catalog weren't enough, Stampin' Up! Is releasing also some hot foiling products, some new ones. So the first one that I picked up is Framed and Fabulous. Now this is a 10-piece photopolymer stamp set, so even if you're not getting the hot foil system, this is a great little sentiment set, and of course, it can be purchased on its own. It does not have to be purchased in a bundle. So this is Framed and Fabulous, and you've got very versatile sentiments for all occasions. You've got a sympathy, celebrate today, birthday, just because, so sorry, best wishes, on your special day, thankful for you, and I love you. So really useful. And then the Framed and Fabulous hot foiling dies are these. Now you get 6 foiling dies. So these 3 here are these ones, and that's how they cut. Okay, and then you get the 3 hot foiling dies. Now, in order to save hot foil for my die chart, I just put them on one little square piece of cardstock and did them all at the same time. This large circle here that's hot foiled will fit inside here, and the second one will fit inside here, and this one will fit inside here. Okay, so you can just hot foil, you can hot foil and then die cut, or you can do like I did and do them all and just put your sentiment in there. Okay, so again, that bundle is framed and fabulous. Then we have the Magical Christmas hot foil dies. This is a standalone hot foil dies, or so you get the hot foil die itself. I didn't do, oh, did I do this one up? Hang on, well, let me look, because I thought I did, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, well, wonder what I did with those things. Who knows? Anyway, you would hot foil this, and then in here there are some little register squares that you would line up with the die when you die cut that. Okay? Yeah, I would go like this. Okay? So you would line those, I don't know if you can see where I've got the hole in there, and then when you put it over the top of the square there, everything lines up the way it should. I could have swore I did that, but I'm not sure where I put those pieces, because I didn't make a die chart because that's all it is. Okay, then we have the reverse hot foil plate. I don't, what? I thought I had some samples of this too. Oh, I do. Okay, hang on. Yes. So with this hot foil plate, you can take the negative pieces that you have from your foiling. So in this case, I use the sentimental phrases that I have. Let me see if I have one in here still. Oh, I do. Okay, so this is the leftover piece of hot foil after I foiled the sentiment pieces, and then I put this with the hot foil die, and then this is what you get. You get the reverse image. Okay, and then again, I did the same thing with this happy birthday. I don't know if I have another one of those. I probably don't. But really what you're doing is you're taking these pieces of leftover foil that you have, and then you put them on the flat reverse dial, a reverse foil plate. The Stampin' Up logo goes down on your hot foiling machine. Then you put this down. Then you put your foil shiny side down, a piece of cardstock, the 2 shims, and you run it through. And then when it comes out, you have the foil around those images. Okay? So like this one, I had some of the light pink, and I had cut the happy birthday, and then it left this, so I put it on black. And so I've got the pink foiling all around it, and then I can go back with this and use the die to cut that out. Okay, and the same thing here with the leaves. So it just makes your foil go farther. So when you foil with the reverse foil, you foil your images and then turn right around and do your negative at the same time, or save it for another project. Okay, so that is the reverse foiling plate. Highly recommend that to make your images or your foil go farther. Okay, and then we have the Lustrous Leaves hot foil. Now this is what I just showed you with that reverse. These are the images that I foiled, and then this is the reverse foiling from that sheet of foil that I did and cut these. Okay, so there you can see those. These are called Lustrous Leaves. Again, this is just hot foil dies. There's no stamp set that goes with it. However, it does come in a bundle, and you get decorative masks so that you can color your leaves in easily. Now, you have a choice. Here, I did not, with these ones here, I just used the decorative masks, and then I used the dies to cut them out. Okay, for this one, I just hot foiled and cut, but I could just as easily have hot foiled these, used the decorative masks to color them, and then cut them out. Okay, now this gives you, in this die set, you get all of these additional dies. So you get 3 each of 5 small leaves, and I just used some basic white cardstock and then cut them, or used ink blending on the paper before I die cut to get this look for my leaves. Okay, so there's 17 dies in this set, because you get these 5 and then these 15. Which doesn't equal 17. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, because you get the hot foil plates. Yeah, see? You get all of those. So this one actually cuts all 5 leaves at the same time. So your stamp cuts, or you stamp all 5 leaves at once, then you can die cut them all at once. And the mask, when you color, does the same thing, right? So you've got all 5 leaves in different layers, and then they've thrown in this background leaf fall stencil. Okay, so you get 1 die, and then you get these 15, and then you get the hot foil die. 1 die to cut, 1 to hot foil, 1 die to cut, 1 die to hot foil, and then 15 small dies for your leaves. Okay, now hopefully I didn't thoroughly confuse you on that. Okay, so I think we are at the end here of what I pre-purchased from the 3 releases. So you really have the online exclusive release, the September online exclusives. You have the, this is called Radiant Foils release, hot foil release. And then you also have the September to December catalog. So that's a lot of products. And then don't forget, there'll be 2 kits plus the 12 Days of Creativity Advent Calendar and the new product of the month. All of that releases on September 1st to customers. So hopefully you have a catalog in hand and some brochures, and you can start making your lists and checking them twice because it's going to be a big release. All right, everybody, that's what I have for you this evening. I just wanted to jump on and go over those new products so that if you haven't seen them, you get a look at them prior to their actual release, and you can make some informed decisions. I know there are a lot of unboxing videos out there, but I like to do mine with the die charts so that you really get to take a look at what you are getting in the package and how it's supposed to work. Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate you joining me. Remember, all of these items can be purchased in my online store beginning September 1st. And you can shop that at teresaharper.stampinup.net. Thanks so much. I will see you tomorrow night with an actual project. I'll be back on YouTube at 7 p.m. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. You're welcome, Laura.